Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 12th of May episode of the Beer Blaze of Bushcraft livestream. What I got here is a blade. What I got here is a beer. And what I'm going to be talking about today is bushcraft. Specifically, I guess we'll just call this bushcraft in the time of COVID 19. Um, what I want to know is how are you dealing with maybe a lack of camping right now? Or are you camping anyway? What I've done is I've set up a um, tent in my backyard. I'm probably going to go offline for a second here as I change from Wi-Fi to um, wired connection. Give me 1 second. Am I back on? I am checking because here's the problem, right? Yes, I think I am in fact working. Yes. Okay, good. So, where was I? Sorry about that, folks. Um, now that I'm on my wired connection, I'm not afraid of dropping off or anything like that. And now I'm using the camera I was hoping to use. Man, this is a pro outfit tonight, eh? Um, right before, right before this live stream, I was at a governing board meeting for my daughter's school, using my computer, using completely different settings. So, you guys are kind of my guinea pigs. Hey, Simon. Hey, Martin. Camping's forbidden province-wide in Ontario, so you're not doing any. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere either. But I have set up that tent a couple of times now in the backyard, and that's how I'm camping. Martin, I know our buddy Nate Muskoka. He's got access to land that he doesn't have to essentially break the law to get to, or maybe he just has to bend it. And I really wish that was my situation because, hey, Jake, how's it going? Um, I really wish that was my situation as well because it would have really done my head some good. I just got beer all over my desk. It's good. I'm glad. Um, but I know some people are just can't tie me down. I'm going anyway. That's definitely not my philosophy. And it's funny because in a previous live stream of mine, I was talking about the people doing these gatherings with the placards, whatever they're called, manifestations. And there's no way that's the right word. Demonstrations. These demonstrators, don't take our freedoms and stuff away. And I had said that well, okay, it's nice to gather all that type of person together so that we'll have less of them around and everything. And there was someone in this side chat who got pissed off at that and said, "Well, that's because you're Canadian. You don't know about rights, and I'm out of here." And I just want to say that I don't see it as a personal freedom subject. In that, if we were fighting off a terrorist attack, I'd be all about, don't let them win by turning us all into scared people who are afraid to leave our houses. But we're not dealing with that. We're dealing with a virus. And if you see it as giving up your freedom temporarily in the name of health in the face of a pandemic, I don't think that's a bad trade-off. Giving up your freedoms in the face of, essentially letting terrorists win, I see that as a bad trade-off, And so I think that sometimes the nuance gets lost these days more than it ever has before. I grew up in a time when people on both sides of the political spectrum could come together and pass laws for the good of everyone every now and again, even if they didn't agree with each other on a lot of stuff. But these days, man, everyone hates each other. So you can't say, look, I'm okay with being told to stay home without somebody being all like, ah. Anyway, so yes, I am staying home. Every now and again, I pitch that beautiful little tent that Tenenbaum gave me in the backyard, and Camille and I sleep out there because it's better than nothing. And I'll tell you something for free. Being cloistered like this is driving me completely crazy. It's obviously driving Camille crazy. There's cabin fever going on. We're not getting along. And I spend all my time, if I'm doing the dishes or whatever, I have like a Ray Mears video on, or like a Pine Martin video, or like Bill Mason. A guy like Bill Mason and Ray Mears, I've said before, and I will always maintain, they're like YouTube comfort food to me. I put them on a few times a year, right now a few times a month. The way you play, an old favorite song, a song that sort of brings your mood up whenever you play it. There are certain video YouTubers that are that for me. But yeah, so I mean, every now and again, I get into the tent in the backyard, pretend that I'm surrounded by nothing but trees. I just want to see who's on with us here. Jake says, "What's up with the weather? Beautiful and sunny, then snow for 20 minutes." Yeah, I know, man. Pine Martin, you own a bush lot surrounded by crown land, but one is not even supposed to camp away from home. Yeah, that's the thing. It like part of it is if you own the bush lot, they can't tell you not to be there, but there's a drive between your house and the bush lot. So, and I think the cool thing about Nate's solution is he doesn't have to drive anywhere. It's literally right next to his house, This can is leaking. Well, I may as well tell you about the beer. Never had this before. It's a stout. It's a strong beer, Ariel Black by La Forge du Malt, the Malt Forge. It's a 6.4%, and it is 473 mils. So it's your typical Canadian at any rate microbrew. Let's see how it tastes. I do love that color. It's good. There's some caramelliness. There's a little espresso thing happening there. 6.4% though. There's a little bit of a alcohol grind. I don't mind alcohol content, but I find that when you get to what's called a strong beer, the way the alcohol grinds at the back of your tongue is a little unpleasant. This isn't too bad. Once you get up around 8-9%, I'm like, forget about it. Pine Martin says demonstrations. Yes, that is the word I was looking for. Is Tyler here yet? Tyler, yes, he is. How's it going, mister? Part of the reason I'm doing this over StreamYard instead of just straight YouTube is just in case somebody wants to get on and give a non-political, non-gun related opinion. Hold on. I'm just making sure that I've said hi to her. Hey, Grace is here. Have I said hi to everyone who's on so far? So what I'll do is I'll put the link here, and if anyone wants to tell me what kind of COVID camping experience they're having, you can come on if it's for 5 minutes or for the for the duration. I just ask that you stay on subject and we don't get political or gun related. But one cool thing about the first time I pitched that tent that you guys have seen in one or two of my videos, that tent is new to me. Tenenbaum was here over the Christmas holidays, and I mean, hey, he's in Canada, so I drove to Ottawa to meet him because I'm really good with my subscribers. And he gifted me that tent, and pitching it for the first time in the backyard when it's a tent you're not familiar with is a very good idea. especially because he had bought it secondhand, and he's just give me 1 second here, folks. I'm going to mute. I thought I was going to sneeze, but no. He has a large collection of tents, vintage tents and stuff that he's bought, from eBay or whatever, and they come and there's a little damage, and he repairs them. And he had told me that there were a couple little spots on this one that were repaired, and so obviously you wouldn't want to try that tent for the first time in the forest somewhere, at least not without a couple of hammocks packed away just in case or something. So, I mean, I'm bright siding this, right? I'm bright siding the fact that I'm going crazy because I can't hit the woods. I'm bright siding the fact that I had been hoping to take Camille camping a few times this summer, and that's all been canceled. I'm bright siding much these days, to be honest with you. But it's a legit bright side. It was an excuse to set up the tent in the backyard. And so we set it up. Very easy to set up. Pine Martin's got one of these tents as well. His is newer though. And apparently mine is in a color that wasn't sold in North America or something. But it's very easy to set up. I saw the two little holes that were repaired, and it's no problem. Nicely repaired. Not going to cause me any issues at all. And because it's already got some holes and repairs in it, I'm not afraid of the tent getting dinged. Like if I'd been gifted a brand new tent, I'd be all of stressed about getting its first little tear in it. Like, oh no, I'm going to come across as ungrateful or something ridiculous like that. And it really plays into my love of vintage gear anyway, which is part of the reason why before COVID kicked me in the wallet, I was planning to do that 1970s era camping video. Maybe I'll do it next year. Let me just catch up with the side chat because I don't want to ignore anyone. All right. See you later, Jake. I probably missed him. Hey, Mark Pootmans. Tyler, COVID camping hasn't put together the forages. I can well imagine. Grace is camping on private land this weekend. Nice. Oh, you got the Pocket Boy. Grace, I want to know how you like it. Or have you used it yet, or are you going to be using it for the first time this weekend? Hold on. Hello. Serge is here. How's it going? Think about you a lot these days, Serge. Pine Martin, do you strike your tent when done with it, or are you leaving it up in the yard all the time? I asked because UV will damage the fly if left out in sunlight over extended periods. It's a very good question. If I left that tent up for over an extended period, the damage it would probably do to my lawn would get me a one-way ticket to the couch. But I did leave it up for like 4 days before getting up the chutzpah to go out into the, because it was a fairly nice couple of days, and so Cody and I were going to sleep in it over the whole weekend. Now when I say it was pretty nice, it still hit like 0 or something overnight, but then it got really cold and I got really busy, and then I thought I've got to get out there and take that thing down just in the name of the lawn. But it's good that you said that about the UV because I hadn't thought of that at all. That wasn't why I took it down. But I will definitely bear that in mind for the next time I put it up. I'll try to put it up, sleep in it a couple of days, and take it down right away instead of leaving it up for like almost a week. SIPAC is expected to reopen partially. Announcements to follow later this week. And I will probably run a 0 chance of getting in this year. Hold on. I just get, hey, is Jonathan? Yeah, Jonathan Millie's here. I think Millie. No camping here this weekend, not even backyard. Too cold for your gear there still. Yeah, I think it's weird, man. It's weird how cold it is. This is May. This is middle May. You know, it's gonna be my birthday. I think what next week, whenever the 21st is, um, and it's usually a lot hotter than this by this time of the year. So depressed. Should try an overnighter this summer as soon as we get a chance. Serge, I absolutely agree. Absolutely. Yeah, you're busy these days. Yeah, I can tell. Jonathan says coping is a good word for how I'm doing it. I guess yes, I'm doing what I call the COVID cope. Um, yeah, I want to get out there. I want so much for this summer to go the way it was planned to, and I know it's not going to. But you know, it also hold on, my glasses are horribly messy. But you know, we know a family uh, that was completely COVIDed up the wazoo. You know, mother, father, two young boys, um, like elementary school boys, and they all got sick. And what you know, we've known these people for a long time, and what that's done is it has really reseated my my point of view. It has given me reason to check my self pity, um, because there, but for the grace of soap and good hygiene habits, you know, go I. You know, uh, so yeah, I'm not loving life, but I do appreciate that it could be much worse. Tyler says on my May birthday, so is Nick too. Nice. Oh, she's the 27th. May is a good month to be born when it's not like this. Um, Camping booked on a national park in late August. Really hope it's open by then. Yeah, it would be nice if. Hey, Quebec Homestead's here. How's it going? I those of you who live in Quebec, there's what 3 or 4 of us on here. Um, Quebec Homestead does videos in English and in French, which is a really nice touch. Reminds me, the only other person I know who does that. No, there's someone else. What's his name? I don't remember his name. But the only other person I know who does that is LT Survival. He often does an English version and a French version as well. It's you know, I would like to be doing that, but I'm not confident enough in my with my French on camera. Even though here in the house, you know, we I don't know if we speak more French than English, but it's at least 50-50. Because as you guys know, I live with a francophone. Well, with 2.5 francophones on actually. But I've always been kind of daunted by the idea of doing that. Also, my editing takes a long time. Like every time you guys see me walk across a screen and like it masks out text, it adds like 40 minutes to my edit. Um, so I don't have the time to do every video twice, you know? Let me just sort of whoops. Okay. So where are we? So Tyler says, damn it, forgot to send birthday Tim Hortons. Well, good to know that you're sending birthday Tim Hortons, Tyler, because even though you missed Simone's, I'm next week. I don't know. Is the 21st next week? I don't even know what day it is, except like when I have something specific on that day. Like tonight, I knew I had this live stream. Simo, you received good news in an email. The STM qualified you to the next round. Oh, Oh, but you have to wait for the restrictions to lift. I hope that works out for you, Serge. That would be fabulous. Everything just skipped. Hold on. I just want to catch up. Um, Simon, as-tu une adresse de courriel public? It's probably in her about page. Mine is there too. Nick, you just got back from doing a slam poem on a live stream. Nice. Nick, I would have loved to have known about that. Well, I was in a governing board meeting up until my live stream, but I've been in a couple of those, not online, but back in the day, I used to have this girlfriend from well, when I met her, she was living in the Bronx, but I think she was from Ohio or Tennessee or something. And the way I met her was she read one of my poems online somewhere in some online magazine or whatever, and sent me a question about it, and we started a correspondence, and then one thing led to the other, and then she moved up here, and then everything went south. So she also went back south, and I think she lives in Austin now or something. But back in the day, I was very into poetry, both writing and reading and listening and experiencing in many, many ways. But I've really lost track of who that Jesse was over the past 20 years. But that sounds cool, Nick. I'd love to know how that went. Um, oh, Quebec Homestead says yes, it's on here. Yeah. Um, it's a long process doing both languages. It really paid off in French, though. I can very well imagine because let's face it, YouTube is an English platform. It doesn't matter what bloody language you speak. I know some people who, oh, I know one guy who does everything twice as well, but he does two completely different channels. His name is Waldhandwerk, and he does everything once in English and once in German. I'd forgotten about him, but yeah, it's a lot of work, and I have so much to do, like between YouTubing and working. Excuse me, and my band and stuff. I just don't have time to do it. Um, yes, ma'am, Nick. I want to see that absolutely. Um, okay, I've gotten to the end of the chat. Um, so if for those of you who've just joined, here is the link to the StreamYard if you want to get on and talk to me about how you're doing your outdoors life during the COVID crisis, whether you're camping in your backyard or you've got access to a piece of land very close so that you don't have to break any laws to get to. If your COVID camping does have you breaking laws, then please do not come on and tell me about it because I don't want you to incriminate yourself. All right, Pine Martin, I'll see you later. Have yourself a good night, and I'm deeply disappointed that we didn't get to do that camping trip at the beginning of this month. Maybe we can try for something later in the season or early fall. I don't know. Drop me a line if you think that's possible. But yes, have a good night. Where were we? Did I share the link? Yes, I did. Okay. I know Tyler. He instead of COVID camping, he does COVID foraging and making, which is also a legit choice. I mean, that's also a legit choice, right? If the COVID means you can't go camping, how do you cope? You know, and I thought I was going to have all this time, man. I thought I was going to have so much time because my band is on hiatus. Um, uh, that's the thing. I thought I was going to have all this time, but excuse me, because the missus and I are both trying to balance full time jobs and two children, we just both of us work late into the night. Right, we spend all day doing what's called context switching, which is a really corporatese way of saying you're trying to get some work done, and then a kid screams, and it pops you out of the zone, and then it takes you an hour to pop back in, and then something else happens and pops you back out. So like some of my coworkers get emails from me at like 3 in the morning or whatever. So I don't have time to do some of the things I really wanted to do. Um, One bright thing is because my band can't do any gigs, we've done some. You guys who are on Facebook have probably seen a lot of bands doing like living room concerts or like recording a song from their basement and putting it out. We've done 3 of those. If there's interest, let me know and I'll drop the links into the side chat if you want to see what we actually sound like. Because I know uh, in the past I've had comments like, "Yeah, we know you're in a band, but we don't know what you sound like." So now I can finally answer. Oh, this is what we sound like. Um, just 1 second while I grab a link to our latest. Any of you who talk to me a lot over Signal will already have these links, so you'll just have to be patient with me, guys. Hold on, am I missing? Ain't be time for shit. No way. Jan, sorry, I did it again. Sorry. Hi, Jan. I'm just making sure. Oh, Command Homestead. It's funny because I'm never really sure how long someone has been watching me. I even did a couple of years ago. I did a whole episode on my band for my other YouTube channel, which is currently kind of dormant because I'm trying to get this one back to monetized. Um, and so what I did was I edited out a lot of that video and put it on this channel as sort of an intro to my band, but I didn't put any footage of us really playing because I was on stage, so I couldn't deal with the cameras, So yeah, so because we're not able to do gigs right now, we're taking advantage of the time to put the cameras in front of ourselves and put out some virtual songs. We've done 3 so far. We have another 2 coming out very, very soon. So yeah, if you guys want to see, I'll put the links on the side chat for you guys to click on. I've also been, I think, posting them on the Rain Dance Bushcraft Facebook page, but I'm not entirely sure. Jen is pitching your tent near the backyard fire pit. I wish I could have a fire pit. That would be fantabulous. But my city, as some of you know, because I keep complaining about, has a permanent fire ban on. Well, a permanent ban on burning solids, anything other than like a pellet stove. And I don't want a pellet stove, and I don't want a gas fire pit in my backyard. Those don't feel like a real fire pit to me, or even a real wood burning stove to me. My memories of a real fire pit are, you put your wood in, you light your wood. It smells like burning wood. It feels like burning wood. You chop it like it's wood because it's wood. And everything else, it just doesn't seem right to me, Avid outdoorsy guy in the house. Hold on. Okay, Jan is pitching her tent near the backyard fire pit, which made me go off. Serge, Tyler says, "Oh, Serge, what did Serge say?" Your beer fridge is getting a lot of mine too. Oh, you're drinking Heineken. I've had a can of Heineken in there for like 6 months, and it's probably just gonna sit there for another 10 years. Tyler says, Serge, I don't even drink, and I know that's not a good thing when you're Canadian. You're so right. Jen, did you annoy your parents by playing in the garage for hours on end? No, because I grew up poor. We didn't have a garage. I annoyed my parents by playing in the living room. And I'm going to tell you, playing bass, the frequencies that you pound out when you're playing bass are impossible to contain. So I eventually had to switch to these, a box, plug it into my computer, put them on my ears, because we were getting complaints by the other people in our apartment buildings, and so I bought a little box, which works out well because I now use it for recording stuff. Avid outdoorsy guy, I want to know what you're doing camping wise for COVID. Are you just sitting it out, or are you camping in your backyard, or do you have access to a place you can get to without without breaking the law? Simo, no, Seth says he needs beer for the ladies too. Oh, Quebec Homestead, there's a fire ban there too? Really? Interesting. Hike with Mike. How's it going? Quebec Homestead is drinking Miller High Life? What? Foxit Outdoors, how's it going? So tell you what. Here's a link to one of our songs. Not our songs. These are covers. We're kind of a covers band. So I just dropped a link there. Oh, my back hurts. Crumbs. And since I'm dropping links, I will once again, for the new people who have come on, drop the link to this conversation so that you can come on and tell us how you're camping, or maybe not camping at all, how you're dealing with COVID, how you're getting your outdoorsy, how you're getting your hit of the outdoors life or not. Avid outdoorsy guy says he hasn't been camping, but he goes out to play in the woods. I'm not even doing that, but I would really like to. Well, as you guys have seen, I've been coping partly by coming up with bushcraft-related cocktails. I have the beginnings of another one that I'm sort of putting together now. It's going to be using bourbon, because I figure my previous two used very specific Canadian spirits that you can't get just about everywhere. So I wanted something that you can just buy almost anywhere. How could Mike ask me what genre? We're a Celtic band. I just put a link to something we've just done. Here, I'll put it for you again so that you can listen to it later. Hike with Mike, I'm putting it. Hi, Tyler. I'm dropping that link.
Hello.
There.
I am turning on a light so y'all can see me.
There you go.
Just big professional.
Nice.
Very
nice.
Professional.
Yeah. Well, hey, I came on. I still wasn't wired connection, so I had to fix that. I was on the wrong camera. I had to fix that. It was a miracle I even got the sound working bbefore coming on. So,
Jesus, that hair is
judgment.
bad.
Oh, thanks,
we are
man.
getting the hat.
I would outdoorsy guy says that I need to move out of the city. I bloody well agree, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, I've got the hat on. I might as well grab the glasses.
You may as well. I mean, the whole package or none at all, right?
Okay, now we're ready to go.
Yeah.
The COVID coping's been a bit rough around here. It's been a lot of oh, there's the sweetheart in the background.
Hi.
Oh, this way.
It's
Hello.
been a lot of project after project. So we scored a gig where we're technically essential. So we're painting for a funeral home that's an hour and a half away from us on the weekends.
Okay.
But in between that time, we're trying to do all these projects around the house, and my God, it's like a honey-do list almost, but on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the one giving the honey-do list to myself. I don't know how this happened. I fixed so many things. It's not even funny, man.
I don't even have time. I don't have time.
I told this story in Signal, but I didn't get to say it on the live stream, so not everyone knows it. I almost killed my lawnmower today, achieving my honey-do list. Part of this honey-do list was giving that first gentle mow to the grass in the summer, so it doesn't go all brown, but you also don't look like you've been living in a hobbit hole and don't know what mowing your lawn is.
Yeah.
So I was going past all of the shops in our fire pit area. We've got a pavilion and 2 sheds out there. And there was an old ratchet strap buried by one of the sheds, and the mower just ate it and terrified me. I had earplugs in, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but you hear a giant thump beneath you and see a little ratchet strap hook flying, out the side of the mower, and you're like, oh my God, am I going to die?
Yeah.
So that was something that happened today, but there were wrenches on hand, and the mower did that thing where it safety stopped itself.
Right.
But no, you mentioned that if you can't COVID camp, we had to COVID make.
Yeah.
So the problem with our COVID making is not entirely awful. Oh, well, there's no light in here. Dang, Flabbit, I'll just explain it. The problem with our COVID camping, or COVID making, has not been entirely awful because we have a lot of making equipment, but we're also trying to move in a few months. So half of our making equipment is in boxes.
Okay.
So it's like making, but sans a few years of tools.
Yeah.
Like the big bulky stuff that you say to yourself, I need to buy this because for the few jobs I will need it for, I will be happy. But when you're COVID making, that job happens more often than not.
Yeah.
Except now it's all in boxes. So I'm back to, hand awling holes in leather instead of running it under the machine or stitching or using a pricking iron.
I just want to say 3 things all of a sudden. One, bye to Quebec Homestead. Have a good night. Happy editing. 2, Alain Patoine. Hoping to make it out to the crack in Killarney this weekend since some of the Ontario parks are opening up on the 15th. It's the first time in many years I've been home for this weekend. A lot of people are having that problem right now, buddy. And I feel for you. Also, is this your first time on the live stream? Oh, well, is this your first time watching live stream? If so, welcome. If not, welcome back. Mark Paddles, hi there. You liking the music? You like the name? Yeah, if you want, I can put the links to the other 2 songs down there as well. Wood Pigeons here as well. Nice. What we're talking about tonight is how you're dealing with the COVID in terms of still getting your outdoors fix. For me, I camp in the backyard. For Tyler here, he's making. If he can't camp, he's gonna make. But I didn't even know you were moving. Are you moving to a different? I don't know. Do you guys have counties down there? I don't. What?
So I'll go in order of small to large because I know a lot of us are Canadian. So township is inside of a city, is inside of a county, is inside of a state.
Okay. So where are you moving to?
We are moving to Niles. So we're in southwest Michigan right now, a few hours north of the Michigan-Indiana border.
Yeah.
And Niles is like 45 minutes of the Michigan-Indiana border.
Okay. And the reason you're moving to Niles is?
Well, there's no work here, for one.
Oh,
obviously.
Okay.
Yeah. COVID, it does what it does. But the other reason is hopefully we'll be getting an upgrade in work down there. I'll be able to start an apprenticeship down there, hopefully. And Nick will be able to better pursue her educational wishes, I guess, plans. Okay. Something along those lines. But yeah, Niles is also more akin to orchard country, which is really nice.
Right. I do want to say, Serge!
Yep.
When the hell was the last time you were actually on screen in one of these live streams, aside from sitting beside me?
I don't remember.
I don't think you've been on like that.
No. I didn't. Well, I'm not using my phone. I'm trying to adjust it properly.
Okay.
I have it on a big screen too. Yeah.
Right.
We miss you. Missed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
These last couple months have been
Right, Alan, right.
crazy.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
But it's funny as hell because I keep trying to not, spill on your personal situation, but sort of tell you that, we gotta have a phone call one of these nights, man.
Oh, for sure. I don't know why we haven't yet. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna tell everyone I'm getting divorced. So yeah, divorce during COVID. Great.
Yeah. In fact, didn't your wife tell you she wanted a divorce like right before suddenly everything went to hell?
Right before. So it kind of like, it's like, okay, well, the cat's out of the bag, so it's like, deal with it,
And you're trapped together. Holy crap.
Well, I got till the end of the month.
Wow.
At the end of the month, I'm moving out.
Moving right now is going to be a chore.
Well, it's not that bad, actually. So far, so good there. I bought some IKEA stuff, so it's going to be easier to, just move this stuff over there like that. Everything's in boxes, but...
Although, is it really that easy? Because you did buy IKEA stuff.
Oh,
yeah, I have to build it. It's okay. It's like a project,
Yep.
It is something to do. I mean, part of the COVID coping is keeping busy, so I guess you built an advantage for yourself there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hi, Sweet Pea.
It's got a little bit more light out. That's burning.
Crap! I'm trying to click on Mark Paddles' channel, but as I always have this problem because I'm hosting, I can't do that visit channel thing. So
we just need to get you a stack of index cards or sticky notes or something where you write down all the shite you want to click on.
Copy paste.
You have to do this weird tactile copy paste procedure with a sticky note in your keyboard.
Oh well.
Well, I keep trying to keep track of that stuff, but I get lazy after a while.
Well, how many of you guys are moderators? I think Simon and Tyler.
I also.
Yeah. So anyone who's a moderator, if you could just grab Mark Paddles' channel URL and drop it into the chat.
We did discover something else as a result of COVID, and it's about our groceries.
Okay.
We buy painfully monotonous groceries. And we have stopped doing that. So for the first time in probably a year and a half, I cooked myself a ribeye. Nice. Dude, do you know what a ribeye tastes like after a year and a half and 3 months in isolation? Because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But no, I wish I could show our pantry. It's really funny because there's like 4 boxes of the same brand of pasta where we're fooling ourselves that we're not eating the same thing 4 times a week.
Right.
It's like, it's slightly different pasta cuts, so obviously not the same meal.
Right. By the way, Serge, avid outdoorsy guy, Ethan says, cheers for divorce.
Yeah.
Tenenbaum. Hey, Tenenbaum's here. He's commenting on your IKEA furniture. So simple, the instructions have no words. And I tell you,
seriously.
After doing half of the IKEA furniture I've built, I have no words either.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah.
I was putting up some drawers together. I'm like, oh man, I put this backwards. Like the paper wasn't clear. I'm like, IKEA.
I like this from Jan. She got a new fridge today, but COVID-19 prevented them from bringing the unit inside, putting the door on, aligning the door as well as leveling the unit. Yeah. I gladly spend the extra $50 to have them install it for me because I hate that stuff. Wood Pigeon says, oh, all right, we'll let him on. Wood Pigeon says, oh, I see. Wood Pigeon, he got a honeydew list. Oh, he wants to build a bow.
Oh, dude, that's a sweet project.
And from what I know about Wood Pigeon, he's going to build a bow. Hey, Outdoor's here.
No, that's pretty cool.
Oh, hey, Outdoor.
Simon, we need to get you a lamp or something, man.
Yeah. He sort of...
He usually does a good job about it.
I just need to.
There
you
we go.
That's better.
There it is.
Yep. Just need
Careful
just
your face on
to,
this stuff like that.
Crap, now I need
we
to...
just need to readjust a bit my
I got someone
my
with me.
lighting.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Jordy. That's a really pretty cat.
I know.
Yeah.
And he loves
Sasha? She heard me say cat. She's pissed. Come here. It's fine. You can come on. What were you doing to my
I was
dog?
playing with her.
Be nice to this sweet old animal. Be gone.
She was enjoying it. She got belly rubs.
Hi. Was she being mean to you?
Was she being mean to you?
He's pulling on the damn wire.
They do that.
Don't they
I don't
always?
know why.
They
Yeah.
do.
Hi. You okay?
Jan says they could not accept money and could not come into the house with the fridge. Yeah, around here, everything is like contactless pickup and stuff as well. I mean, I'm just bloody glad that the
Yeah.
pizza
Okay, that's
delivery
enough.
still works. So since we're all ragging on Simon about his lamp, let's see if this thing actually works.
You haven't seen my
Oh, yeah,
professional lighting setup, man.
No, I haven't.
This is my professional lighting setup.
What is that? Oh, nice.
It's just got a really bright neutral bulb in it.
Right.
Works fine.
No, my
So
light
have-
is
have you
exactly
even used
it's
that
just
yet,
my radar
Jess?
lighting on my desk. So
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right, as much as I love wearing this uniform of hat and glasses, I can't see shite, man.
All right. Just take it off then.
That's what she said.
Oh, snap. I'm gonna.
Sarah
tell-
wasn't
but
gonna say
maybe
it, so.
not that.
I
that
was
far.
about to say a title of your sex tape, but anyway.
Okay.
I should have just let you talk, man.
You should have just let it happen.
That's also what she said.
Oh God. Come on, guys. So
Hey,
much.
that's
Yeah,
what
no,
happens when you
don't
let
worry.
us on.
That's true. That's very true. I'm trying to see if I can get this to fit. Because if these lights work, I had bought these lights before, and one of them just kept dying on me, so I sent them back. So this is another.
What kind of lights are you talking about?
These are little video lights. These are 160 LED video lights,
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
and they're very, very affordable.
That's probably why you need 5 to get one a good one.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see this working now.
So am I, let me tell you. But hey, we're getting. All right, see you later, Ethan.
Hey, Evan.
Yeah, we're getting behind.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're getting behind on the actual the content we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, off topic and everything.
Yeah. Hey, up north of the 60s here. Didn't you do a live stream tonight? Drink some more beer,
this cat
Jennifer.
out of my
Relax
face.
enough.
Simone looks like he's in interrogation. Nice, Wood Pigeon.
Yeah, well, his mic doesn't seem to be working because I haven't heard a peep from him so far.
Just you wait. He'll ring off like a pistol sooner or later about something we
Oh, for
forgot.
sure.
About something.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
One of us will make a tiny mistake while talking about some kind of infrastructure system, and Simone will just jump on us like
Yeah.
a vulture onto a carcass.
I'm just
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
for
making
sure.
sure we're not slipping too far behind. Actually, up north to 60, you're probably not having to deal with the COVID in the same way as the rest of us here are. Because
Up north of 60,
Well, they
you might
do
not
have
have
some
even
cases.
noticed it.
yeah, his channel is
No,
still going gangbusters.
they do have some cases there.
but like it doesn't. It looks like it's not. Oh, you just finished up 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I would have liked to have listened in on that. Tuesday nights are getting real crowded because Canoe Hound's got his, I got mine,
Yep.
and I think up north of 60, you've done them on Tuesdays before, haven't you?
And he's having and Canoe Hound had a great guest tonight.
Yes, yeah, he did.
Yep, he had Ted Baird on.
Yeah, that's he's hustling and he's getting the guests. You know, I'm really happy to see things working out for him. It's a good.
Just
it's a
trying.
good fellow.
Just trying to follow
Which is
the.
funny. I'm
what
just going to
Gabber
reply
just-
to Outdoor
just
there
wrote.
because he's saying that I'm growing out a COVID-19 beard, and the thing is, I trim this like every week or so.
Yeah, whether it needs it or not.
Yeah, so it
Well, we
always
should-
comes back out eventually.
Yeah, we should actually do the
I
opposite.
just think real hard, and it just grows.
We should be shaving all day long.
Just will
All
your
every
beard
day.
into existence.
Yeah,
Exactly.
No, one of the things that this COVID fallout has given us is this weird golden age of hyper accessible YouTubers.
Yeah.
Because they're all doing live streams because they can't film.
right. Yeah,
So
'cause they
all
can't
of
go
these,
anywhere.
all of these
Yeah.
YouTubers are super accessible to their subscriber base, and there's just really weird golden age of live content that I don't know that enough people are enjoying.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of good stuff happening. I watch as much as I can, but you guys should see the shag carpet outdoor daubers got going on. We need to see that. Yeah, Elaine's here too. Nice.
We need pictures because it didn't happen.
Yeah, Pixar didn't happen, but yeah, that's very true, Tyler. There's a lot of. I mean, it's kind of like what I was saying about my band doing living room shows for the duration of COVID because we're not doing actual shows, which means that people who have no idea who we are can see our stuff now because you don't have to be at Hurley's pub in downtown Montreal.
This is true.
Yeah.
Although talking about COVID music makes me sad because my viola charmante is in between luthier visits and she needs attention and I am afraid to play her. And I have not touched my viola
Okay.
more than 3 or 4 times in the last few months.
It's
Big
kind of
time.
funny though, because you're talking about the YouTube before, and I'm like, I've been trying to watch more stuff lately because, like you say, the content is just like pouring out at the moment. But
Yeah.
I start watching something and I keep getting interrupted, and it takes me like 4 hours to watch a 45-minute video. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
That's also true. That's an integral part
I
of
was
Yeah,
only trying to
you'd
watch.
think we'd
the-
have a lot more time, but it's like, holy crap, we don't. It's all in our heads. Oh, we
Hopefully,
got lights
I was probably on
and darkness.
on phone calls for the best part of probably at least 6 hours today.
So you
Okay.
almost got that ready there?
Yeah, I'm not going to put
Jess?
them up tonight, but yeah.
No, you could
I
have
hope
done
so.
like just a little test, put it on the side just to see how it looks like.
Okay, hold on.
I'm curious.
I'm just it's so hard to get the batteries in. This is the thing when these lights were $49 for 2, okay?
What
So-
kind
That's
of
not a
batteries
cheap light.
do you need to get in?
Oh, these are idiot. These are
Of course.
the batteries for Sony cameras. The whole
Okay.
industry uses these Sony batteries.
Really?
Really?
That's a bit of trivia I would never have known.
No, me neither.
Way too much.
Speaking of things, I don't know how crafty your guys' respective neighborhoods are, but where I am, I'm kind of in between blue collar stuff and then like country. So if I drive 15 minutes in any direction, usually I can end up at somebody's country back porch.
Mhm.
So I met another blacksmith really close to me, and he gave
Oh,
me a lead
cool.
on coal. And finding coal in Southwest Michigan is near impossible for blacksmiths. There's like heating coal everywhere, but it's super hard and doesn't heat well.
Right.
Yeah.
I was able to bring home 350 pounds of coal for under $100 from a place less than 2 hours from me. And this other blacksmith I met sold me a blower, and by God, if it weren't for COVID, I may not have ever met him.
Right.
Because I was doing that thing we all do where we know we shouldn't retail therapy ourselves into distraction, but we do anyway.
I know.
Dude, I just spent like $180 at Lee Valley. I need to ban that site from all of my devices.
Yep.
It goes so fast. It goes so fast.
Yeah. It just disappears.
And yes, I'm guilty.
Yeah, I know we all have looked at that site at least once. But
I'm guilty.
I met him from doing this retail therapy thing on Facebook Marketplace, and he had a blacksmith blower, and I was like, dude, I need another restoration project to stack on top of my other 20 restoration projects.
Yeah.
So I bought it, but no, he gave me the lead, and now this guy and I are in contact. But I was curious, has anything especially unique happened to any of you guys from being all isolated?
There's a couple of things. Okay. One is, God, this is embarrassing, but I speak to my mother more than I ever have before because suddenly she knows about FaceTime, right? On the outdoorsness, nothing. I'm dying to get out there. But as I said earlier, I pitched a tent in the backyard. It was a good way to test the tent that Tenenbaum had given me. And it within like 20 minutes, that became the best tent ever to me because it's so easy to set up. And my main tent, what used to be my main tent, the Columbia, that takes like a half hour to put up, had been like that. That was my baseline up until the little hubba. And so it was this whole different world. Because the Columbia is a straight up affordable tent, right? It weighs a ton.
Yeah.
It's a chore to put up. Like all the things that your Canadian Tire level tent is, or I have no idea, Target level tent, I guess, in the States.
Walmart, I guess, something like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that you think of as a Walmart level tent is true of that tent. And that is not the same world that the Hubba Hubba comes from, right? Those, I looked up how much they cost now because when I did my video on it, my first impressions video, I was going to put like a screen, like a static screen with what these things cost new and everything. I forgot to do it. But they're a lot less affordable. And they're designed by people who obviously are outdoorsmen. Because it just makes sense.
That's important.
Yeah, it's obviously designed by someone who understands.
Yeah, tools from the people who use them.
Yeah, and when you get the $160 tent from Canadian Tire or whatever, sometimes that's not the case. And putting up my massive Columbia tent, if it starts to rain while you're putting up the tent, you're soaked. Forget about it. Just hide under a tree until it passes. This little thing, no problem. Now that I've put it up once, I know that next time I put it up, it'll be 5 minutes. And that's sort of, so I don't have any really unique experiences due to COVID aside from, shopping with a mask on your face or whatever. But like in terms of around here, there hasn't really been anything that unique. It's all just constantly running to keep up with work, with child rearing, with groceries.
Of course, you're on like big time lockdown though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's worse than I am.
Yeah, I'm in the worst of the worst. There's another borough in Montreal that has surpassed us, but yeah, it's we're locked all the way down. It's Huntsic, I think. Simo.
Yeah, I think it's Huntsic.
Huntsic on Montreal now, I thought.
Am I the only one that can't hear Simon? Or...
I can hear him.
I can hear him. Serge, the problem is you.
Oh, it's always me.
But yeah, I
blame
think
you.
Serge and
No.
Serge and I sometimes go for a bushcrafty trip in Saint Christine, and I think that as soon as everything, are you guys like Brady bunching or something?
Yes.
You know,
Shoot, how do I? Dang it! There we go.
there it is. Who's cool? Whoops. Who's cool? This guy's cool. This guy's okay. That guy's really cool. Anyways, I don't even remember. Oh, I've gotten really behind on the not really behind. He wants Outdoor Dauber is telling Tyler that he wants bituminous. Bituminous.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outdoor's been selling stuff. Oh, Outdoor, what have you been selling? Oh, I know some of the things you've been selling.
Outdoor's been selling things. He never sells anything. He just steals stuff, right?
Yeah, he just steals.
As far as I know.
He's a stealer, like we used to say in elementary school. You're such a stealer. Practice putting up the new tent by Feel in the Dark. Yes, Mark, that is a good point.
That's a good one.
That's something I should definitely do, and I am very confident. First time will suck, but it's so easy. So easy.
Tenant Bum is...
I should probably do the same thing you did, though. Put up the tent and in the yard and try and I'm dying to try this thing out.
I don't remember what Tenenbaum. Oh yeah, so that was the second thing. So I show up, to meet Tenenbaum for a drink, and he's got a tent for me. I'm like, woo! And he's like, and here's a tent for Seth. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But I don't remember what the tent was that you gave me for Serge Tenenbaum.
Oh geez, what was the camper? No, what was the camper? I'm drawing a blank. It's a company I never heard of before. So
hey, here you pause. You want
what Tenenbaum is saying here is my version of the Hubba Hubba doesn't have the carbon fiber poles, but I don't care. Okay. And I've said that with him. We were talking about it, and we agree that the carbon fiber poles wouldn't cut enough because it weighs almost nothing as it is. Like if for my big honkin' tent, carbon fiber poles would make a big difference, but for the little Hubba Hubba, wouldn't make big enough difference.
At the same time, carbon fiber pole would increase the price tremendously.
There you go. It's Mech Camper. I knew it was
the Mech Camper, right?
Yeah.
My biggest problem with carbon fiber poles and Tenenbaum, actually, he said this before I did, but it makes absolute sense. With an aluminium pole, if something happens, you can usually fix it or bend it back into shape. If you shatter a carbon fiber pole, you are few K.
Yeah, you are fucked.
Yeah.
There's one shelter I really want to try to do. Nice one. There's I can't remember who makes the ponchos. There's some military poncho that was also made to zip to one or two other ponchos and turn into a circular shelter. And you did it with a hiking pole. And I'd like to get another set of Lucky hiking poles. I sold mine years ago for some reason, which was a mistake, by the way. A massive mistake.
Can I just point out what Jan says, by the way? Bad Brady boys.
I don't know what she means by bad. I think we're fantastic.
I think we're fabulous, but hey.
Especially this guy.
That guy. And
this is so hard to do, Muir.
Yeah, I know. It's because you're like, wait, I did it right. And here's Outdoor saying, I'm sure glad Rain Dad says his channel works so hard so we can derail it.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I would really like to get another set of titanium Lecky poles and see if I can do that shelter using a hiking pole as the center pole. Because they zip together and you use one of the hoods to put a pole under tension on and you rope off the sides. It's almost it's like conical shaped. I'd really like to try that soon because I think that'd be useful.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. This is ringing a bell for me.
Rune,
Canadian Forces, we were issued with what was it was we called them poncho models, but it was basically a rectangular shape with triangles at both ends with zippers, male and female, on either long side.
Mm-hmm.
you zip together to make your shelter. You can, and it was usually one per man, so you just grab a buddy, zip two tarp together, and you could go along. But we were never issued ponchos per se. We were issued with trousers and rain jackets.
Okay. Interesting.
So
I
poncho
just think it'd be
liners
nice.
or ponchos. It is not something that we've used here.
Right. I'm putting a link to another one of the songs that my band has been doing during COVID, by the way, because so one of you guys liked the previous one.
It's too bad that you can't hear Simo. It just seemed like a whole lot of dead space from here right now. It's just ridiculous.
You know what's really weird about that, Serge, is that this is not the first time this has happened on StreamYard.
Oh yeah. Of
I
course
remember
it had to be
one
me.
other time, same thing happened. I don't remember.
Usually, the
Was it
the other
Simone's audio
times
or someone else's?
Yeah, with Simo as well that time
Yeah.
too.
But I don't know why it's same setup as Jesse,
Yeah.
and the other times I had to either myself disconnect or get the other party to disconnect, depending on what was the issue. Disconnect and reconnect. I mean,
Tyler, Tenenbaum is
Yeah.
saying he thinks it might be the Polish ponchos.
Yes, it is. It is the Polish ponchos. Thank you. But Rune,
Malt.
yeah, Bertram Nielsen, that guy.
Yeah.
Whatever his new channel name
Yeah.
is, I know he changed it to be a little less of a mouthful. But he did a video of him doing a shelter with that, and it looked awesome. It looked really roomy
think that-
for the amount of space.
I think that
Holy
T Outdoor
smokes!
did the same.
Outdoor. I love that soup catcher you got going on.
Yep.
Oh, man. Lord, man.
Puis moi, j'ai répondu, Jésus a dit
My
d'attendre
goodness.
l'autre jour, non?
Hold on. Let me just...
Il a dit mes valeurs chrétiennes. Moi, j'ai dit, hey, Christian, Jésus a dit d'attendre l'autre jour, non? Je vais attendre la réplique.
Little color commentary from the other half.
Je vais dire allô au monde
Yep.
derrière la caméra.
By the way, Simon,
And
Mark,
it's not my hands.
Mark,
That's even weirder.
Weirder.
Simon, Mark, we won't spend too much time on this, but Mark is asking when you were in the forces.
Plein peu partout.
It's like the 90s,
just
I
trying
guess?
to- Oh yeah, in the 90s.
There you go. We're touching.
We're like 12. We're 12.
Yeah, you guys are all like kids.
Oh yeah, at least 12.
Tyler,
Yeah.
you just about are 12.
Hey, watch it, man. I'm 13.
And a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, outdoor. You're furloughed, right? Is that how
Yep.
you pronounce that? Furloughed?
Yep. Furloughed. Laid
Um,
off.
So you could technically spend all your time in a tent right now.
Technically.
But yeah,
Technically.
how are you dealing? Are you getting out at all?
Yeah. Before our county was it wasn't lockdown. It was a stay-at-home order, which basically they were saying don't go out unless you have to.
Yeah.
I go out once every 10, 12, 14 days.
Hold on. Why,
Yeah.
Timo?
Again, I'm glad Jesse worked so hard at this
What?
channel.
Do you really want to speak to my wife?
I wish I would have heard that.
Non, mais il y a du monde dans ton écran, c'est cool. J'ai pas vu le monde depuis longtemps.
Simone
Yeah,
just
yeah,
shaking
you want
his
those-
head.
like, not that-
Paul, whatever
Hold
story
on.
you were about to tell, we all know is just lies. You're coping
Oh,
by
yeah.
stealing things. You're just
Yeah.
stealing more things.
I'll give you 50 cents for this Jeep to,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I go out about every 10 to 14 days. make a run to Walmart, do buy perishables, bread, eggs, milk, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
We live on 2 acres, so we're out in the country, and the kids have been riding their bikes, and we've been shooting the BB guns. And sorry, not allowed to say that.
BB guns, you're allowed to say.
Are we okay? Yeah, so we're good. We're doing well.
Holder de record Guinness.
No. Jeez, I'm not done.
Okay, I guess I'll have to do the
Almost
same now.
20 years old.
She's not done. Okay, that's fine.
It's become the cat show.
I don't have a cat.
I got a dog. Does that count?
Right, Bob?
Sure. What do I have?
I got a dog. Where's she at?
I have
Don't
a
you dare.
Maggie, come here.
Oh no,
Come here.
the
Come.
cat's like moving all the stuff around.
Paul's not saying it, so I will. I'm so glad you work so hard at this channel
Come
so
on.
that we
Come on.
can
You guys
derail
can
it.
derail
on.
everything.
Come on. Oh. There's Maggie.
There you go.
Oh, there. Look at
What
everything.
am I-
Remember,
Bob.
the views are gonna go up now, because of all the animals.
That's right. That's right. Next week, Jesse has 4,000
Yep.
subs.
I was doing this,
Yep.
but actually during the COVID crisis, it's more like this. Just making the cocktails.
We all need to meet in like
Oh,
Maine
yeah.
or something and go on a camp and bring one pet each. And just
Oh yeah,
Oh, jeez, I'm not gonna carry the second one.
and I'm
For
not
all
going to
of
carry a 20-gallon fish tank. I'm sorry,
I
guys.
thought you were going to say 150.
you're not allowed to come unless you backpack the fish tank, dude. Come on.
He's so happy. He's like, I'm dying.
Oh.
Hi, Pat.
I got a funny story about that.
But
So the first time my dad ever went backpacking was on Isle Royal. And
Yep.
among his food items were an entire package, like paper and plastic and all, of pita bread,
nice.
Oh, jeez.
a jar of maraschino cherries, a jar of pickles, and I think like some other sandwich supplies like turkey and shit like that. And this man backpacked this for 25 miles to do
Wow.
part of
Wow.
this loop. Like, what? As soon as he got on the island, they all made fun of him. He didn't backpack at all. I think he threw away like one of the jars, but still, like, what?
Yeah, that's weird. Well, like, what's with the maraschino cherries? What do you do with that?
You eat them. What the hell do you mean? Straight out of the jar, man.
No, they're a garnish.
No, that's a
Yes.
food.
No. Oh,
Maraschino
Maybe
cherries are
for
a
you.
food group.
No.
No, that's
Yeah,
a thing
yeah,
in my
well,
family.
oh,
I-
yeah,
you know what?
probably only in your family. That's fine.
Can I just say something? There are 15. Oh, now there are 14 people watching this. Why? This is like the most derailed. This is like the most derailed conversation
Well, of course,
ever.
we've got cats.
I keep trying to sort of,
Yes, they-
bring us back to, but oh my god.
You're not bringing this back, buddy. It's not going to happen.
Well, what was usually in the chat
Here you
is
go.
now
Here you go.
straight
You gotta get
live
more
on-
views.
live on stream.
You gotta get more views.
Look at that cat.
Oh.
Uh,
Good Lord.
All right,
what
everybody
is
show a
this live
knife.
stream?
Everybody show a knife right now.
I'll be-
No, everybody show a Canadian belt knife.
Oh.
And then baton with it.
Nope.
Oh no. Okay.
Here's the latest one.
Simone buys gear like Outdoor Dauber buys gear, except that Simone spends a lot more money.
Simone
Oh, no.
actually doesn't
Well.
steal the gear, is what you
Right.
mean.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on.
There's a Kniv.
There's a knife.
Keith.
I
Ah,
actually received a
Look
credit.
at outdoors.
Oh, jeez.
Look where I
that's
need to go.
the,
My goodness.
That's a beauty.
yeah.
Here's 2 more Knives.
2 more knives.
Wait.
This is my favorite Kniv, but it's not mine.
Oh, wait a minute. That's kind of Keparty.
Kind of. It's
It is a
LT
tad bit Keparty, yes.
It's LT Wright Bushcrafter HC.
Oh yeah. Hold it up closer. Wait, can I like? Hold on.
I don't know what you can do.
Boom.
Your show.
That's what I can do.
That
Man,
knife's got some sex appeal, man.
I like the finish. That's like a
Yep.
what do you call it? A forged finish? Nice.
It's a he does a double forced patina on it.
Yeah.
Where are we at? There we are.
So is that a full grind with a micro bevel?
Full flat. Yep. He actually
flat?
his website says it's convex, but I don't think it is. I think it's full flat. Yep.
Wow.
Depends on how you sharpen it.
That's a good point, actually, Tyler.
Yeah.
Was that expensive?
No.
Why would you even ask him that question? What a useless
not.
question.
Stupid thing
No,
to
it
ask.
wasn't.
I bought it on the trade blanket on Bushcraft USA.
Yeah.
With what is it, JRE leather sheath with a dangler and a
Mhm.
ferro rod loop, and I think I paid $60 shipped.
Yeah.
There's
There's nothing else
nobody
to say.
saying anything.
Fun you, okay, mister? Fun you.
I still cannot get over Pucos. I know you guys really like Keparts and stuff, but I'll tell you, using Pucos is honestly my favorite thing in the world.
You like the Pucos, eh?
Well, I like them because when I want to do like drilling operations with a Puco, is so much easier than with a a Kepart or a Nesmic or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
but
even
I use the awl on my Swiss Army knife.
I
Here's
don't
my
like
best
alls
friend.
for drilling.
Don't you?
I,
My best friend these days.
Is that a Warncliffe, Simone?
Looks like
No,
it.
it is an electrician.
Oh, okay.
It is
Nice.
the Victorinox electrician.
Yep.
Because I'm cabling part of my house these days.
Anyways, you guys are all lightweights. When I want to drill, what I do is I EDC a carpenter's bit and brace. Just
Two
hang it
chuck or
off
three?
my belt.
Two jaw or three jaw?
3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Only the real bushcrafters use three jaw, so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I actually stand by that argument, just not so crazily. Let me hold these up next to each other. Here's the bush knife, the Jeff White bush knife.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yep.
Love me some
Here's
Jeff
the
White.
Puco. Like this for drilling, I can't beat. I'm
Well, you
curious
could
to
if you
hear.
also carried a carpenter's bit and brace on your belt.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should just carry a bit and brace.
I would like to point out what Nick said. I think you mean that maraschino cherries are garbage, not a garnish. Followed up very
I'm
quickly by
sure-
Tenenbaum saying this: the maraschino is
Well,
the
she's
cyborg
right.
of cherries.
What is with this channel derailing everything it
It's
lays
pretty
its
much what
hands
Jan
on?
says here. Crazy is here.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're going to cause some kind of marital boxing in my house as soon as this
Hi, Mark.
live stream closes.
Get
Well,
vid.
Okay.
Sorry, it didn't happen.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drop out. It's starting to get kind of like choppy for me, and I can't hear Simone half the time, and
All right.
gotta hear what he says. So
Okay.
I'll say goodnight to everyone, and I'll still be in the chat.
All right. Maybe we should FaceTime or something this week.
All right, later, guys.
Special Ed says he uses a DeWalt for drilling.
See, Serge.
Only real bushcrafters pack out a DeWalt 24V Max.
Done.
The fire
I think-
starting on that thing.
The friction fire.
I think that Mark Poopmans might have been talking to me. It says at Avid Outdoorsy Guy, but he asked if that's the D.H. Russell version or an imitation. That is the R. Murphy.
That's the R. Murphy, yeah.
Yep.
So nice. Yo, hold on. I'm gonna solo you because I want to get a closer look at that.
Yeah, that's
It's funny because it's like some of them really dick with the handle design, but it looks like that one didn't. It looks like that's the same handle design.
That's
it
some
is,
good stuff.
It is a very nice interpretation of the of the design.
It's nice and thin too.
Yeah.
It is thinner than the Grumman for sure.
That's
And-
the other thing. Jess, you first.
What's the wood on those scales?
I think it was zebra wood. It
Yeah,
said.
it looks like zebra. Nice.
Yeah.
I've got a friend whose guitar is made out of that stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. It was funny. So forever ago, Dave Canterbury did a video about the thickness of bushcraft knives, and we like them pretty thick nowadays.
Yeah.
But some of the historical examples we found are like no more than kitchen knife thickness.
True.
Oh yeah.
So it almost makes me wonder about how differently we're applying our tools.
Well, yeah.
Because I feel like we emphasize the crap out of making our knives do a lot of work, and I just don't think that's what they used to do.
Well, think about what the Nesmith trio is, right? Like when he was putting his kit together, he had an axe to do axey things, but excuse me, his belt knife was like a game and food prep knife, and for carving, he had his little pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Who these days would take that approach? Well,
Wait,
I might.
for carving.
Really?
No.
I
Like
could see myself
me
doing
carving a notch in something. I like. Well, here's the thing, right? I don't have a pocket knife. I would like to get a nice little, canoe knife or
You
whatever.
need
they're
to
called.
remedy that.
I know, but dude, because of COVID, I'm out like $2,000 a month. So,
Dude, I'll ship you an open L for your birthday. All right.
I have an open L. I have an open L.
Then you have a pocket knife. Damn it.
It's a food prep knife. But yeah, once everything's back, I'm gonna get a nice little. I'm gonna try to get one as close as possible to the one in the official Nesmith trio. Blade on one side, blade on the other. Real simple, real elegant.
Get an old timer, man. Straight old timer.
That's probably that's a good choice,
if you can get a vintage one,
which would be even better.
Big
love
nice.
I don't know.
if you get a new one, they're made in China. You might as well get a Rough Rider. They're just as nice and a third of the price.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I don't know. I'm really having a blast with Victorinox these days.
Yeah. The thing is, and I've sort of hit on this before.
Yes, around the house, I'm fine with the non-locking blade, but if I'm even EDCing outside of the house, my house, most of the time I'm having either my locksmith or a Ranger grip.
Yeah.
The locksmith.
Right
I
in
am
my
not
pocket.
familiar.
The locksmith. Let me pull it out for you.
He disappears into the dark.
It's not that far.
How far back does that darkness go?
His room
he's
is as
back.
dark as his soul.
Oh, okay.
So it is the same shape as the tracker, and basically it's a tracker, except that the locksmith added a file.
Oh, nice.
For if you're stuck in jail and you need to get out.
No,
Yes.
I literally had to touch up some blades with this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's clever. That's one of the things I keep in my backpack is a really fine saw file.
Yep.
And I use it on like axes and saws when I'm out.
It is
Right.
literally the knife that I'm EDCing each time I'm getting out of the house.
Whoops, Jan, you got to be careful.
It sounds like your
But,
pocket knife needs loosening and or oiling or both.
Yeah.
Mark says that
The,
a door dauber is right. It was him that he was talking to.
Yeah. So basically the locksmith is one in opening. There's a locking one. I had for a couple of years, and I still own it, a Victorinox Ranger grip. It is a larger than this one. But what I found useful about it is the locking mechanism is actually the shield. It is not. It is just somewhere else in my house. But you depress the shield to unlock the blade and to fold it. And it's
Nice
a very
design.
I like
safe knife,
that.
actually.
It's a nice
That's
design
a
element.
handsome
And
design.
and that's one of the few knives that we can get in Canada for almost the same price as in US. It is right now at $75 either at Mac or Amazon.ca.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's funny because what Simon was touching on is because like before everything went to hell, I was thinking of like I wanted to do my 1970s campout video, so I was going to be sourcing my stuff. Ain't gonna happen right now. And the Nesmic trio, what I want to get is because I want to do a video series, a very small series on start with here's a Nesmic trio and have the stuff, okay? Like so the real traditional little pocket knife, a Nesmic style belt knife. I know which one I'm gonna get, and a little double-ended hatchet. I've got one. It's not the one I really want, but I've got one. And use it the way he had described, or the way one understands from his writings, and then do like another video where I sort of go into where I would go different, and then the third video would be like the Rain Dance Trio, like my version of the Nesmic Trio that I use. And because what I want to do is see if, going back to the way Nesmic used his tools, if I would rethink my own tools, rethink the way I use my tools, and see if maybe I would change my approach to the tools that I have, because I have a very, very simple standard tool set that comes with me whenever I go out. The one thing that might change from time to time is the axes. You know, like this one tends to come along as a backup just in case, but right now this council tool,
That's pretty.
yeah, it's beautiful, and my and my GB small forest axe, I would just grab whichever I want when I'm out the door with that, you know.
I'll tell you, I would and have. I disagree ever so slightly with some of the writings we read. Like they recommend carrying a relatively small axe. I like having a big axe.
Yeah.
And I
like having
carry
a medium one.
Yeah, I like having a big one. But that's, you know, it's whatever you like using for whatever the work you do. I like being able to huck stuff up pretty quickly. So I use a big axe, and then I supplement the small axe, big knife area with a saw. I find most of the tasks I would do with the small axe or a big knife, I would do with the saw quicker. And then I just have a small knife, and that's my trio: is a felling-ish size axe, a decent buck saw, and then a relatively small knife, something like the Puko. Mostly, carving and food prep, that kind of thing.
Here's the thing. The Rain Dance Trio as it exists is a 4-inch knife, belt knife, an axe of small forest axe-ish size, and my little silky saw.
Nice. I
just want to see if I just want to see if over the course of this 3-video series, if my headspace changes a bit on that. If maybe, if maybe I revisit having a smaller knife for carving with, or if I start bringing a buck saw, right? A folding buck saw.
I was surprised Nesmic didn't carry a buck saw. That's one of the things that, when you read Nesmic and then even Kephart stuff, Kephart talks about carrying saws.
Yep.
When you read their two takes on the situation, it's really weird to me because they seem like they're birds of the same feather. And like Nesmic mentions using saws and stuff, but it's not something he makes a point out of.
Yeah. Which
is weird to me. I've got a copy of Woodcraft by Nesmic. Let me open this dude up.
I have one too. It's in my solarium at the moment.
I used to carry at some point only the blade of the boxer, and just quickly build the frame around it each time I was out. But yeah, silkies are just better.
They're lasers.
Yeah,
First of all. Okay, that's done.
I'm looking actually for to replace my current silky for a bigger one.
Okay,
I would like a slightly bigger one too.
I found it.
Yep, that's
Yep.
the one.
This is the thing, and these are his tools. Like he seriously describes this as like being perfect. The hatchet and knives shown in the engraving will be found to fill the bill satisfactorily so far as cutlery may be required. Like,
Yeah,
I just feel like you would need a saw.
I do too. But what I've picked up, just because I've read that book several times,
Me too.
and it's just he was, when you're making firewood, you don't have to saw it. We're used to sawing it, and believe me, I would rather saw it than than buck with an axe.
Yep.
I would much rather have the saw.
Yep.
But I think I don't think he used a saw. I think he used an axe for it. You can
Of
tell
course,
in the writing that he just chopped it all up with an axe.
it might be the kind of fires they made too. Because I mean, a lot of these guys would get a good bed of coals going with sticks and twigs, and we read about that in both sets of books. And then just split a big honker and slap half of it on for part of the day, and then slap the other half on for the night.
Yep.
And you read about long fires burning for absolute hours. So I wonder if that might be something. But no, it's funny you mentioned how that might change your headspace on tools, because mine definitely has, and probably will again after I read it, because now I want to read it again.
If I build a camp, let's say something that I'll be spending a few days over weekends.
Yeah.
I'll get an axe. I'll get a knife. I'll get the saw. I'll get a shovel. I'll get a bit and brace.
Really, you bring a bit and brace.
Well, if he's building his shelter, it could be a good tool to have.
Maybe.
Zed Outdoors.
You can basically do some basic mortise and tenons and peg them in a whim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what surprised me. I would just bring the auger bit.
Oh, good point. Very
Yeah.
good point.
Like a Scotch auger.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
I
just
need,
an
by
old.
the way.
You need one? Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Damn
Hey.
it. He should have told me that.
Austin, is this your first time actually being on screen? No, second.
Second.
Second,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to keep these guys on subject of how they're getting their outdoorsy hit during the times of COVID. Oh, outdoors! Look at that.
That's a handsome knife. You got to solo that.
Yeah,
So-
hold on. I just want to show
Okay.
this off that he's showing off here. Yeah,
So-
I want that.
What is
This
that?
is the Rough Rider Moose
Yeah,
G10 scales. Got liners. I don't know if you can see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's thin red liners.
Are they tool steel or Carbon.
High carbon.
Oh,
Yep, carbon steel.
that
Yep,
that's interesting.
How much
Half
was
cup.
that?
These are like $12 on eBay, brand
Wow.
new.
Oh, dude, are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm
This
gonna
is-
need
I'm
that.
getting one as soon as we get off.
Me
this
too.
is the moose pattern.
I'm into the modern folder or modern slip joints with
Yeah, that's legit too. The reason why we're looking at this is because I was talking about how I want to do a video series on the Nesmic trio, like one episode. Here's the Nesmic trio. Here's how we used it. Do it. Another episode of sort of my thoughts on that and my thoughts on how my rain dance trio exists and how I use that, and then a third exploring whether or not using the traditional the Nesmic trio, whether or not that's changed my headspace on my tools and whether or not that's changed what I carry. And so I've been looking for a really, really traditional little pocket knife. But I'm
Can
with
you
you.
say
I like
what's in the Nesmith trio again? Is it a style of pocket knife or is it a
what
series
do you
of?
it's a real traditional pocket knife like Outdoor just showed. A small hatchet sized double bit axe. and
I'll just
then
pull up the page.
and then like yeah, and then the Nestmix style belt knife.
Sure.
See, hold on, I'll just solo Tyler so that you can see exactly.
Dang,
I see.
Flabbit, this is so hard
I
mirrored.
know it's tough,
Okay.
right? And to Ness McMahon, with those three tools, there was nothing he couldn't do. And so we were saying how, well, okay, most of us here would use a saw for firewood, right? Trying to get it down to about this size.
Mm-hmm.
But he obviously just chopped them down to size.
Yeah.
He used that big belt knife as a game and food prep knife. For carving tasks. He used the little pocket knife.
They call it a canoe pattern. I think I've heard that style called.
Yeah, that one didn't
Yeah.
look like a straight up canoe pattern to me, but yeah, that's essentially it, where you got one knife on either side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so hey, how's it going, Austin? What are you doing this COVID time? You seeing any outdoorsy stuff at all?
Yeah, so we live well, a stone's throw from about a mile from a pretty big state forest preserve
Okay.
that runs either side of a pretty big canoe kayaking river.
Nice.
So I've been just going out and walking the trails there, fishing and whatnot when I get the chance, but no camping recently.
Mm-hmm.
Working a lot. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thankfully I live in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin did a really kind of nice strategic approach to their closures. A lot of the states just straight up closed all of the state parks and all of the outdoor
Yep.
areas, but
Mhm.
Wisconsin only did the state parks within like a specific vicinity to the major kind of hot spots of the whole COVID thing.
Okay.
So where we are, there's only 2 cases in our whole county. So we haven't been really affected. The state parks here are all open. So
Nice. I would love to be in a place where there were only 2 cases.
yeah, it's pretty wild. I ventured to my hometown in Illinois this weekend. My grandmother is not well, but I went to visit her, and reluctantly so. But yeah, it was weird. The town I live in is 700 people, and
Wow.
there's one bar that is doing carry out, and there's one gas station that everyone kind of goes to for a soda pop and a candy bar.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
it's kind of really hasn't changed. So
Interesting. Yeah.
going to the big city was really kind of hit home how big of a deal this whole thing is.
And yeah, I'm gonna hop off and let Austin take my place.
All right. See you soon, Tyler.
Tyler, I sent you a text. Hope he's gone.
No, it's okay. He'll still get you because he's still hanging in the side chat.
Yep.
So there's a canoe pattern. Kind of looks like a canoe with both ends turned up.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Okay.
much what I was thinking of looking for.
This is
Okay.
this is another Rough Rider. This one's like $12 or $13, and it's got
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was looking
Oh, okay.
like a
Yeah.
2 and 3/4 inch spear point and a 1.5 inch spear point, something like that.
Yeah, those are nice. Have you?
Yep.
I was just seeing today. There's a knife company that I really like called Great Eastern Cutlery,
Mm-hmm.
and they do just superb renditions of the old kind of case and traditional patterns, you'd call them.
Yeah, they do them at a superb price too.
But even
That's-
case is pretty expensive, isn't it?
Cases, cases never really been cheap, but they're more affordable. But the fit and finish of the Great Easterns is pretty awesome.
I recognize this website. Yeah. Yeah, I've looked at their stuff before.
But yeah, my big challenge has been trying to figure out all the gear that I have that isn't being used.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of put pen to paper the other week and kind of tried to take stock of all the things I have that I don't need replacing or adding on to. It's
Mhm.
fortunate in those regards to have so much I can't keep track of it all.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum there. There's still all kinds of holes in my equipment because I buy as I go, you know.
Sure.
And I was supposed to be at the first weekend of May. I was supposed to be on a canoe camping trip with Pine Martin, and so I had this shopping list of things that I had to kind of get to be ready for this trip, you know. And I was stressing about it, and then the world ended. So I was like, "Hey, I don't have to spend that money."
What are the kind of top 3 or 5 things in your kit that you're aiming to fill?
Jeez, what the hell? What the hell was it? I'm drawing a blank now because we're
Your
chatting.
Rough Rider.
Oh, a folding pocket knife.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, but you know, it's funny because a lot of it is episode specific. Like, you know, for my 1970s episode that I'll do at some point, you know, I want to source a bunch of really vintage gear, but that's for a specific episode, you know.
Like a red green.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the red
whenever.
green is duct tape, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made this this comment on my Facebook on the Facebook channel for my channel, the Facebook page for my channel, that boiled linseed oil is the duct tape of the wood finishing world,
That's
and nobody bit.
pretty
Nobody
true
bit.
though.
You know, um,
The catch-all.
whenever an American mentions red green, it kind of surprises me because I didn't think that he was viewed anywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was.
he's a really he did a they some of
He
the
was on
CBC.
PBS.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, he was.
A lot of the CBC programs kind of get a second life on PBS, I think, and it was pretty popular on PBS for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CBC and the BBC are having great deals with PBS
Yeah, that's kind
for
of where all
broadcasts and.
that's where all those programs go to die.
Yeah.
The Woodwright
So you were
Show.
saying
Oh yeah,
you were listing off a couple pieces of your kit that you were aiming to
Yeah,
fill.
I don't really remember right now because I'm kind of out of that headspace because it's honestly so damn depressing to think about how I'm not getting into the outdoors that I'm not even really there. You know what? One thing I do have to replace is I lost my ferro rod.
Mm.
So I've been using my daughter's. I'm like, what? I have no idea where it went.
What's your guys' take on those? I kind of my whole view changed when I went on eBay and bought like 10 really nice ferro rods from China for like next to nothing. That
I probably bought the same ones actually. I bought them because I want to eventually turn some handles
yep.
and build some. You know.
Yeah, I bought some that were 5/16 by 3 1/4 maybe. Yeah, and they were like
the
12
one.
or $13 for
They're
8
like-
of them.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one when, I guess, in some ways I've been doing bushcraft for years.
Sure.
Scouts and building, forts in the woods as a kid. We didn't call it that. We didn't call it bushcraft then.
Yeah.
We had some matches in a match safe. We had a lighter in our pocket, maybe flint and steel kit.
A match safe.
You want to see what's on
You know
in my EDC
Yeah.
kit
Yeah.
now?
That
There's a-
vintage marbles match safe. Huh. What you got there? I'm gonna solo you, okay?
Yeah,
This
that's not
is,
the marbles, is it?
No, this is K&M.
K&M. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
K&M brass,
Yeah.
and it's double. It's got I haven't used it yet, but it's got this cap with
Okay.
a compass in the end,
Yeah.
and then it's got a double O-ring
Mm,
cap.
Oh, geez. Okay.
nice.
So yeah, that's kind of my. And then I've got a
Little
Victorinox,
Victorinox, a little one, yeah.
and then my Soviet pocket watch.
Ooh. If it's
So
Soviet, it is good.
yeah,
Lasts
I've
forever.
really, if you guys want a gift idea for someone that wants a watch but doesn't take care of things, or these this is Monila, but like Raketa and Vostok. You can go on eBay, and I got this for $40 plus like $8 shipping from Ukraine, and it keeps time like none other. And they make great gifts.
Is it a mechanical one or?
It's mechanical, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I like it.
So you need to wind it at least once a day, once every 2 days.
I in the morning and evening I wind it.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they and you can get somebody a gift for pretty reasonable money, and they'll never get one like it again, and they'll never run into anyone that has the same thing. And
It's a good option because I can't wear anything on my wrists. It drives me crazy. I've been through watch after watch, and it's not leather strap over metal strap or anything. It's just I can't wear anything on my wrist. It makes me go snaky. So I had a very cheap pocket watch for for a while, and it eventually just sort of fell apart on me. So maybe I'll take a look at that.
yeah, there's loads of watchmakers that fix up and refinish these antique Soviet watches, and give eBay a gander, and you'll have hours of fun searching through the pages.
Yeah.
He's not lying. I'm on it right now.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Stan, there's Tyler that's requesting some more information about this pocket watch.
this
So if you can drop a link or a better name, if you're able to.
this particular one on the eBay page.
I got it.
You got it?
I think I can drop it into the chat here.
Yeah, okay.
This one is from called Monila, I think is how you would try and pronounce it if you had better Russian than a very not
There's
Russian
one way.
American.
Does that link work?
No. That's what I'm trying right now. Yep. It is.
Molnia.
Well, yeah, pocket
Yep.
watches for sale.
$50 right now on eBay with shipping fees.
This one actually says it ships from the U.S. $4.75.
I have one.
So
Okay.
$11.01.
if you want some like the Raketa Vostok, I don't know if it's a CK or a K, but Vostok, Raketa, and Monia are pretty ubiquitous. Am I still up all by myself?
I'm just double checking. I got distracted by the IKEA by the eBay. Yes, you're still up by yourself. I'll make you not.
Thanks. I was feeling the pressure there, like I was.
No pressure, but be entertaining.
But yeah, that's kind of been I've given 2 or 3 of those over the last year, and they've been folks that are really happy.
Yeah, I would definitely get that. I'll take a look at it afterwards.
Yeah, there's a couple of one.
But
Yeah, except that they're all on eBay.com, right? So getting it up here adds $20 to the price.
well, if it's coming from the Ukraine, I wouldn't think it would be.
You
Yeah, maybe
just
not.
replace the .com,
Remarkably
you'll get the
more.
exact same thing.
But
Yeah.
No, shipping is just more expensive, and that's it.
So watch in
We're kind of used
3
to
weeks.
it now. So.
Watch in 3 weeks, like 6 of us have these things, right?
yeah. Well, I ordered. It was funny.
Nope.
I ordered one. So I had ordered one as a gift for a friend in February, and it came like in less than 10 days from Ukraine,
Wow.
and I was really impressed. And it was Friday the 13th, when I had gotten called off of work for permanent work at home,
Mhm.
and I was like, I'm gonna test the international mailing infrastructure. And so I went on
Yeah.
eBay and bought this watch, and I'm like, let's wait and see how long it takes at the very peak of this. And I don't think it came for almost 7 weeks. But
That's interesting you say that, because I'm waiting on a package right now that shipped from the UK,
mhm.
and it made it from the UK to Florida in 6 days. It has now been 3 days that it's been en route from Florida to Pennsylvania with no updates on the United States Postal
Oh
Service
my
tracking.
god.
Mhm.
Yeah.
6 days.
6 days from the UK to Florida. It's been 3 days from Florida to Pennsylvania, still en route. No estimated delivery date yet.
Wow.
Did they ship it by sea?
I don't know how I shipped it. It's a
Trains,
Jesse's
planes, and
gonna hate.
automobiles.
Jesse's gonna hate me. It's
know.
a hand forged flint and steel striker from Scandinavia.
Wow.
It
Okay.
was a gift.
Wow.
It's a gift.
Hey,
Flint and
Jesse.
steel is my jam too, man. I
know.
love flint and steel.
I know.
Jesse, did you do the video on the kind of pretty budget flint and steel from Amazon?
You can get it from Amazon, but it was sent to me by the company. You're talking about the British company, Crumbs. What was it called?
Because I think I have the same one.
What's
But
it called? Oh, I'm totally blanking it.
sorry, I
Crap.
didn't mean to.
What the hell? What's it called?
Here, let me look on
I'm
Amazon
looking it
for
up.
flint and steel. I'll let him take care of it. But
I'm searching Jesse's channel.
oh, okay. But
I don't remember what it's called. I guess this beer was stronger than I thought. Better finish it off
The
there.
Convoy SG.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Convoy SG.
Did you lost that kit? Did you ever find it?
Found it.
Oh yeah.
Then I did a giveaway, and I gave it away. And Convoy SG sent me another one.
Yeah, so you had 2 kits.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
a giveaway
okay.
with one.
Did you find the second one?
Yep.
Okay.
Now I can't find my ferro rod.
Yeah, you
course.
don't want a ferro rod anyway.
Of
I
course.
honestly,
By the
Austin,
way,
you got our take on those. I have really gotten away from it. Like, seriously, it's flint and steel, matches, and a lighter. If that's my primary 3 fire starting devices.
anyone ever tried fire piston?
Yeah,
I've tinkered with them.
I have 2 fire pistons. No, now I'm down to 1 because I think I gave one away. And I'm keeping the other one for. I've got a giveaway plan for when I hit 3,000 subs. I'm giving it away. I feel that it's a solution in search of a problem. It's very gadgety. I know that the fire piston.
It's a parlor trick.
Yeah, and I've heard that it's actually a very old technology, but to me, I can't get with it. I can't. Like, I know some people who are like, yeah, there, I've started a fire. I'm like, okay, that's great. I can't do it.
I
I
think
feel exactly the same for flint and steel.
Oh yeah. Austin, what
That
were you
it's a
gonna say?
parlor trick, or that you can't get it?
Both.
Okay.
I think
It's
that flint and steel and the fire piston kind of fall under circumstances where you historically would probably be starting a fire in the same place under the same conditions, like
Time and again.
time and again. And so, like, maybe inside of a wall tent or a cabin, or I don't know. I guess I'm not really going to name off the examples, but
Austin, you just reminded me. If Up North of 60 is still on here, I've been meaning to ask you who made that wall tent of yours, and I totally spaced it.
what's that?
the
Up
wall
North of
tent?
60, yeah, he's got this big.
Oh, geez. I
bulky
got
wall tent.
I think I got the contact info for.
But Austin, that's interesting that you say that, because I could see, like, I'd never really looked at it that way. I could see that even more for the piston than the flint and steel, just
Mhm.
because, like, oh, excuse me, like Ötzi had he didn't have a flint and steel, he had iron pyrite, right? But like to me, like, in a sedentary place, you've got matches and a lighter and stuff like that, and I could see the fire piston fitting in well there.
Mhm.
But my view on it is colored by the fact that I love flint and steel, right? It's my favorite.
Sure.
If I'm out in the bush, the two methods I'll always have matches just in case. Because every now and again I can't get the damn fire started. But the two that I go to when I'm out in the forest, especially now, like, I'll do flint and steel to start my own fire. But Camille, if she's here and she's starting the fire, she's starting it with a ferro rod, because I haven't started training her in the ways of the flint and steel yet. But she's getting very good with a ferro rod. She's getting better than me with the ferro rod, because it's like the way she starts a fire, and for me, it's a secondary option.
Yeah, that's cool to have shared that with her.
Yeah.
And that's something that hopefully she'll carry into her adulthood and
I hope
save the day with her girlfriends on a camping trip.
Oh, that would be amazing. If she goes like and said, "Dad, you will not guess what I did," I'll be all like bursting with pride,
There's a really pretty state park here in Wisconsin called Rock Island, and it's on Lake Michigan. And you take a ferry to Washington Island. You drive to the other side of Washington Island, and you take a second ferry out to Rock Island. And there's just rough camping spots there. But the trip that my friends and I went, it rained like none other, and I kind of had a situation like that where my friends burned a whole bottle of barbecue starter and couldn't get a fire going, and I let them toil, and then
and you swooped in at the last
and
minute.
argue, and then I saved the day with the fire steel, and that was fun.
I love it.
Hey, Jess, do you care if I post a video I did with flint and steel on YouTube?
No, throw it up. Sure thing.
This was part of a contest. I had the bird's nest already ready. It was just some dry grass I pulled out of the yard, and it's strike to flame in 10 seconds.
Cool. Have you guys seen this long distance ferro rod contest?
The 6 foot.
Yeah.
I do not have a ferro rod that's good enough for that.
Really Big Monkey 1 did, I think, 9 feet.
He did 9 feet.
Yeah.
He
with cattail fluff and broom sedge.
He started off at 6 feet. I was like, well, I'm going to try if I can do it at 9 feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Lit the damn thing. I was like,
Jesse?
what? Yeah.
Jesse, I just dropped 2 URLs for canvas stands. And I believe that Up North 60 as a Norseman.
Norse.
Either Norseman or Canvas tent shop.
Okay. I will take a look. I will take a closer look at that.
Hey, Jess, I have one more piece of kit to show you that I got recently.
Okay, go.
This was a trade that I made.
It's gonna hurt, right?
They always do.
Yeah, they kind of do. Wait a minute. I'm gonna solo you.
Is that aluminum?
That's an aluminum. It's a vintage. Which way do I need to go?
Is it a
Miro pot.
percolator?
No, it's not. It's just.
Wow.
What do you call that?
It's a Miro brand.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see the.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
2 R's or 1?
2.
Okay.
And I looked online. I have not seen another one like it.
That's neat.
Nice.
But that was a trade that I made. I actually traded a single locking blade trade pocket knife for that.
That's a good trade, my friend.
That would go well with your.
The aluminum is.
What's that?
How thick the aluminum is on that pot?
I don't know. 90 thousandths, thicker than that, maybe.
Wow.
Okay.
Floating butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would go well with your 70s kit, Jess.
Yeah, it really, really would.
You guys want to see my newest handicraft project?
Yeah.
I stitched a
little
leather handle onto my tin mug.
Nice.
So I don't burn my hand every time I.
That's the magic of those mugs, isn't it?
Burning your hand?
Burning
your
out
hands.
of your
Burning
hand.
the crap out of your hand. Yeah.
Yeah. So I yeah, that was fun. One of my favorite things I bought was the and it's a tool I wish I would have had and knew to use for a long time, but it's I forget the name, but it's one of the leather stitching awls.
The Speedy Stitcher?
The Speedy
Speedy
Stitcher.
Stitcher.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got one of those.
Oh my goodness. I bought one of those at a camping shop.
Yep.
And I worked at a hardware store in high school for years, and I just never thought to pick one up and learn what it was. And then I use that for everything now.
Yeah. I
like
mine too.
It puts a nice finish on just simple stuff like that.
Yep. It's nice.
But
well, we're after
made
11,
in the
guys.
USA.
Made in the USA,
Made in the
yeah.
USA.
Yeah.
But
I would like to find a place where you can get like a small batch of enamel cups done with print on it. Like less than 100 kind of thing. Because I want to start doing some swag that's not t-shirts for my channel.
you know what you could do?
What?
Is you can go on, this is another interest of mine, is Soviet enamelware. And just search Soviet enamel.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you sure you're not a commie?
no, I'd call myself a Russophile, but you can get like old enamelware, and you can get Red Army issue surplus mugs by like the dozen on eBay, like brand new, and you could make yourself a stencil and
just paint it on.
Just paint it on.
Yeah, or Jess, do you have any like promotional companies near you that do like t-shirts, keychains, mugs?
I have to go with like the usual what's the business card place? What's it called?
Moo?
No, not that one.
I suppose that maybe is.
Oh well.
Probably different places here than there.
I don't know why. I'm just thinking of a friend that might have that capacity.
Vistaprint?
Vistaprint, yeah.
Mm.
I had them do a T-shirt for me once, but it was crap, so I didn't go for it.
Yeah, within like 25 miles of me, there's probably at least 4 companies that do
promo stuff.
Yeah.
Promos, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, you can hate me later, but search for Soviet enamelware and Soviet pocket watches and wristwatches, and you'll find everything that the Iron Curtain left behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's some cool
There's
stuff.
so many stuff and bunkers and in the former USSR.
Yep.
Mm.
Well, thanks everyone. I'll say
Yeah.
the first good night. I need to get some sleep. Early
Yeah.
morning tomorrow.
I do as well.
All right,
And,
What a weird idea.
We're 5 minutes over time anyway, so
Jesse,
Yeah.
just let the live stream open. Simone and I'll hang out and take over the channel.
yeah, no. All right, thanks everyone who hung out to
See
the
you.
bitter end. If you're watching Time Shifted to Tomorrow, thank you for spending your time with us then. To everyone who decided to partake in the conversation tonight, thanks guys. It was fun, completely off topic, but we did sort of bring it back at the end there. So to everyone, have a good week. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Yep.